Warning, warning, warning. All videos and readings all videos and readings are all alleged and only for entertainment purposes.
Sex, purify sex, anti-sex activity, people, lies, truth. Hello, everyone. Hello. How y'all doing? Yes, sorry that it took so long for me to start. I had to get everything set up because you remember the last live show I had was not the greatest, and I wanted to make sure this one was a lot better, which it will definitely be. Okay. Now, before we get started here, please stay strong. Okay. Um, this this transition definitely had to happen, which I've said several times. Let me put that up there. hmm This definitely had to happen. Let me see. Here we go. We just did it. Okay. In order for it to be some kind of balance. Hey, Indra, how you doing, girl? Balance. In order for the new age to be ushered in, there's got to be. Well, maybe I shouldn't say got to be. There's going to be a transition. There's going to be a transition. There's going to be some pushback during every transition. There was a pushback. Let me know in the comment section if you guys even know what the hell that means, because I feel that. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing okay. Do y'all know what transition to the new age? Because when I talk about new age, people get lost because people are so uh, uh, indoctrined with now. Plenty people. Trust me, plenty people are going to definitely come back from that transition to the church. They are not going to stay. I guarantee you, they are not going to stay. You said this new school year and the summer went fast. Yeah, I know it really went really fast. That is so true. It went very fast. Make sure you guys share. Okay, so let me just break down the transition here, and then we'll start doing the tarot readings, and then we'll start doing free readings. So make sure you guys share. Okay, there will be free readings. I will take one free question. I will definitely do that. Okay, that is not an issue. Okay, so take a look at this right here. You guys see this right here? Okay. Okay, so in this picture right here, you see the age of Taurus. And the age of Taurus was the height of the Egyptian age. As you notice, a lot of the Egyptian gods and goddesses always wore the horns, the bull horns, from goddess Isis to um, various gods and goddesses. You see it in hieroglyphics, they, have the horns and stuff because that was the transition of the age of Taurus. They were representing a bull. The Egyptian age was very heightened during those 2,000 years. It was more years than that, but during the later part of the years, there was really praising the bull. So that's where that stands. But then when the age was starting to decline and the transition was happening, then they went from praising the bull to praising the ram, which is what you see in a picture to the right there. They start praising that. Okay. That was going into the age of Aries. Moses led people out of the age of Taurus to the age of Aries. You heard in the Bible, he led his people out of Egypt because of enslavement and to liberation. He didn't know that leading people to the age of Aries was going to wipe out his entire civilization and to Greek mythology. And a lot of it was pretty much whitewashed. I don't mean to be racist or anything because I'm not racist at all. I'm mixed with different cultures, but that's just the truth. Okay. And then from the age of Aries, during that transition, because there was a lot of enslavement and and villages being slandered, and they burned down a lot of the Egyptian buildings back in the Taurus age during that high time. The enslavement of the Hebrews, the Black Hebrews, was definitely heightened. Plagues because of natural disasters. They weren't plagues; it's just things happens after natural disasters. That was pretty much what happened there. So after the age of Aries, and the age of Aries was a lot of war. They had a lot of fighting. Fight was entertainment. A lot of stadiums where fightings were taking places was definitely heightened in that era. Okay. And then from the age of Aries, that transition, let me just say this. The age of Taurus was violently forced and pushed out by the Greeks and ushered in by Moses. And then from the age of Aries, it was violently pushed out and forced in. It was violently pushed out by the Romans and ushered in by the image of Jesus because they wanted to descend the whole look of the goddesses, because during the Greek age, the Greek gods and goddesses were being praised, but they were slowly wiping out the goddesses and making them all male dominant. So what they did is they got rid of all the praising of women altogether. Any woman was being praised as being slaughtered. Any free thinking woman was being slaughtered and killed. Okay. So that's where that whole thing in. And they ushered in the age of Pisces and made sure no one was being praised at all. They even made a man the creator of all, which is ridiculous. I have yet to meet a compassionate man that has motherly instinct and nature and loving spirit as a woman. I have yet to meet anyone unless they were raised that way. And just from the history of so-called Yeshua Jesus, I wouldn't think he had that compassionate spirit. He was more so in seeking knowledge and teaching his people. So he ushered in the age of Pisces, or his image ushered in the age of Pisces, but it was forced in by the age, well, not the age, but the Roman soldiers. Okay. Now this age is being ushered in by the Democrats. Well, it's been forced in by the Democrats, and it's going to be ushered in by a woman. It's going to be a woman carrying a bucket, which means it's going to be a woman showing the image of the age, in the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is the height of femininity. So during this transition, as all transition, as you can see in the upper left, well, upper right here is probably, I don't know if it's left or right on your side here. There's always pushback. There's always violence, which means they're going to be seriously very liberated. We may unfortunately see a lot more lynching. We're going to see a lot more fights. We're going to see ICE members losing their damn mind. Matter of fact, I made a video and I put it on TikTok. Let me just go ahead and play the video, and it basically breaks down this whole thing for you guys. But that's this pictorial that I'm showing you right here pretty much sums it up, okay? And as you can see here, this is another pictorial here. This is the age of Aries. The first part, the bottom first part was the age of Taurus. You see, that was being pushed out by, as you can see, Greek gods and goddesses who are all Caucasian and totally erasing the original Greeks. Okay. But let me just say here, rest assured here, this Todd Blanche thing had to happen. He had to be confirmed in order for you guys to see the full authenticity of what was happening. He had to be confirmed. Now let me just pull up the video that I did for you guys. Well, I didn't do it for you guys, but I did it for my TikTok. Then I'm surprised I'm even still using, to be honest. All right, just give me a moment here. I'm just pulling up the video here. All right, let's pull up the video. To this window. All right. Make sure the sound is on. All right, let's see. Put that there. Oh, here we go. There it is. Add that to the stage. All right, there we go. Okay, there's the video. Let me get rid of the banner here. All right, so let me just show you this video here. This is the video I just recently did here. Okay. And it just voice, so you can definitely put the phone down and listen to it. Sorry for sniffing. I'm getting a little cold. Frustrated. I pretty much knew he wasn't going to get confirmed at first. It was some hesitation there, but I never did a follow up on my instincts. I was kind of busy, had other things to do, but him being confirmed, I'm not surprised about. Reason being is because we are in the age of transitioning from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is majority feminism. So women would be definitely getting attacked at all corners. I mean, completely attacked because we have a dominant male ruling government predominantly for so many years, both religiously speaking and government speaking, desperately trying to hold on to the final word when it comes to women and power. And right now they're feeling their and black Egyptians were black. Get over it. They were melanated people. They weren't you know non-melanated red lobster people running around in the sun with bonnets and beads in their head. That was not happening. They were black. They were melanated people. Okay, and they were transitioning, getting rid of the old way of living and thinking. So they wanted to get rid of that, and they replaced it with Greek mythology and Greek goddesses, and rewritten it with Greek goddesses. But the root of those stories were mainly Egyptian stories, Egyptian gods and goddesses. If you really look in the deep history of most of those stories, you can relate it to some other deity from back in Egyptian days, which is high popular in the age of Taurus. And then the age of Aries is nothing but wars. They love fights. They were loving the fights. The Greek mythology definitely was heightened in. fights. It was just fights, 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 war, sports, wars. I mean, it was just crazy because Aries is such a very uh go-to spirit, feisty spirit. They don't put up with anyone's bullshit. Seriously. I love them, but they can be pretty resilient, and then the age of Aries, during the age of Aries, and then the transition to the age of Pisces, that Christianity was starting to become very heightened. And Greek mythology was starting to die a little bit, but kind of got transformed into Greek mythology. They wanted to get rid of all the first of all, they got rid of all the majority of the goddesses during the Greek mythology that started to die down, and it was more Greek gods. And then that kind of got died down during the transition of that, and it was wars again because it was resilient. They didn't want to get rid of that, and they wanted to confine it into one god, and they make sure no women was being praised at all. At the age of Pisces, women were being raped and used as commodity. You know, and believe it or not, Jesus' mother Mary was only between 12 and 15 years old. She was a child, probably younger than that. So please remember that. And during that transition, there was fights. There was so many fights, several freaking fights. Um, and there's always going to be a pushback, but the age come whether people want it or not. This age here was described in the book of Revelation, with the writers begging people to go against this age, saying you would be marked, you would be mocked with the 666, you would be marked, you'd be mocked by going against being confined, by going against just praising me and trying to praise yourself and seeing that heaven and hell is only what you make of it. You can too reach the height of consciousness. This was be thrown in the lake of fire, pretty much saying would just destroy you if you ever try to go against this, Pisces age, which is the height of Christianity, and wiping off women existence and Goddess existence. We are seeing that now. If this would have never happened, we would never known the true character of Donald Trump, his characteristics and his darkness would never been outed. We would have still think he was just some genius rich billionaire who had a few bad lucks. Todd Blanche, he would never ever been ousted either. Todd Blanche has to be stopped. In order for him to be stopped, he has to be exposed. He cannot continue practicing. So after this, he's done. The Republican Party will be castrated. Okay, this has to happen, but it will be so much pushback. It'll get worse before it starts to get good. But we cannot give up. We can't go run into other countries. We have to stay here and fight, because if we run into other countries, nothing will get done here. Okay. So I say to you now, my loves, my truth seekers, stop running, stop hiding, start fighting back. It will get worse before it get good. There will be a lot of divorces. A lot of women will be leaving their husbands, and there will be a lot of single women. But what I'm worried about is the children, because the children will start being attacked. Trafficking will go heightened. ICE members will lose their goddamn mind, sexually frustrated and perverted and pedos, because Trump trying to basically legalize trafficking by giving ICE members the free and clear to attack at will without being prosecuted at all. That's what he's trying to do. That's what Trump trying to do. Todd Blanche is going to try to push that because he's crazy. He's in the Epstein files, by the way. He's in the Epstein files, and there's a lot of crap that's trying to be covered up as well. As the Attorney General and him over the Epstein files, he can hide them. So he's going to try to do that. And they're definitely going to try to do the abortion ban nationwide, because it's part of the trafficking plan. They know women will be forced to either keep it or give it up for adoption, and then the baby will be auctioned off to the highest bidder. Okay, this is all supply and trafficking. Trump is a trafficker. Todd Blanche is his pretty much recruiter to make sure it stays in stale. Please understand me. This had to happen. This is the age of Aquarius. We are transitioning to the age of Aquarius, which means the veil is broken, which means everyone will be seen clear. This is judgment. So when people say Trump will be the last president, he will be the last Republican president. Okay? Republican Party will no longer even be an option anymore. He's completely castrating their party. So with that being said, this transition is always happening. During the transition, there's always a resistance. Remember, when Moses led people out of Egypt, that was during the transition of the age of Taurus to the age of Aries. So he was, um, yeah, doing it where they was praising, I believe it was a bull or a calf or something like that. Um, and he was telling people they couldn't do that anymore because the age of Taurus was hiding for bulls, the horns, you know. Yeah, that's the age of Taurus, and he was telling them not to do that anymore. He was transitioning to the age of Aries, and he was pretty much um, resilient to the enslavement thing, you know, into liberation, so to speak. He didn't know that their tradition was going to be Greek mythologized and whitewash, but you know, he did what he had to do. And then during the transition from the age of Aries to Pisces, um, Jesus, Yeshua, pretty much transitioned that. His image started to become heightened when they completely castrated women goddesses and things of that nature and put it into one godly figure, and only men were to be worshipped and women were to be forever condemned. That was during the transition from the age of Aries, which goddesses were kind of still being worshipped, but they were slowly being faded out. During the age of Aries to the age of Pisces, that was castrated. Now we're entering the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, which is in the midst of transition. And we're pretty much in the age of Aquarius, but we're still having a transition going on. We're like at the cliff of it being official. There definitely going to be some pushback. There's coming full throttle. You think abortion is the beginning? No, it's going to get worse. Everything Kamala Harris said during her campaign was true. But I'm gonna add something to it. It's going to get real dark. They're going to start getting barbaric because this has to happen. But when the downfall comes, it's going to be great. And trust me, it will be a downfall, but it has to get worse in order for it to get better. Because we have to see them at their full darkness. We have to see them at their full evilness. And this had to happen. So rest assured, things will get better. But unfortunately, it will get worse. We are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. They are about to go full Pharrell on you. And the main attack is going to be on women and children. As divorce rate go high and women start choosing themselves, they're going to find new alternate creative ways to separate women from these babies. They're going to use ICE members to target these children by getting rid of the parents so the children be forced into foster care, which in some places is used as their own personal trafficking auctionery. Abortion, they want babies. Yeah, when a man is craving to have babies and new babies, want you to have babies all the time, you might want to question the man. That means it's not just by him wanting babies because he's probably a pedophile. So please wake up, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to see the true darkness of our society. Not just here in America. We just here in America because I guess we have technology and whatever the case may be, and we like the center of the news, so to speak. But this is happening all over the world. So be brave. All right, there you go. I hope that gave you guys a clear um, understanding of what I was trying to say because I felt that it was definitely being lost. All right. So, just to give you guys an update on what is happening and what is going to happen. Okay. Let me play this video because a lot of people are asking, okay, what about the Anunnaki? Are they here? Are they coming back? Okay, Anunnaki is pretty much brought up in the book of Enoch, where he discusses the Anunnaki and their placement in history and how they had some way of tampering with the human civilization. Okay, I'm going to play a video that's going to explain that a little bit better.
There are several different Anunnaki reptilian hybrid variations that have interacted with the human race, including the Inky Anunnaki, which are humanoid insectoid reptilian serpents, the Enlil Anunnaki, which are scaled reptile hominids, also the Marduk Anunnaki, which are dino insect hominids, the Vikarits Anunnaki, which are insectoid serpent hominids, Necromaton Nephilim Anunnaki, which are dark-haired aquatic humanoids, the Marduk Luciferian Anunnaki, which are hominid centaur hybrids, the Semyasi Anunnaki hybrids, which includes Pleiadian and human DNA, described as pretty perfect humans. There's also the Jehovian Anunnaki, which are bipedal dolphin people, and the Syrian Anunnaki from Sirius A, the Nephilim Anunnaki giants, which includes human DNA, and the Emilian Anunnaki, which are aquatic ape hominids.
Now, these particular Anunnakis, they did have some interference when it came to civilization. That definitely did happen. I want you to notice the way they were walking, because there are a lot of talk about how some kids were born to stand on their tippy toes and things of that nature. These, in my interpretations, are descended of some of these Anunnaki entities, that have inbred it with human civilization, which causes them to walk on their tippy toes. They don't know why they walk on their tippy toe. They just can't help it, because that's the way some of these Anunnaki entities were doing it. I mean, take a look here. Let me show you guys. If you were paying attention to some of the Anunnaki entity, I think it was Marduk or Murdoch that was walking on his tippy toes. Let me show you. Let me see if it'll come up again. Give it a minute here. But it was Murdoch that was definitely being with the entity that was walking. See that right there? See?
Insect hominids?
Yeah.
The
He's walking
Vikarits
on his tippy
Anunnaki,
toes.
which are...
Yeah, so those entities, their species or their seeds are the ones who are known for walking on their tippy toes. So that gives me the indication that their descendants are going to be known for walking on their tippy toes.
Sirius A, the Nephilim Anunnaki giants.
That's my interpretation of it. I can be completely wrong,
and the
but it would definitely explain a lot why some kids
ape hominids
are born with the fixation of walking on their tippy toes. I think that answers a lot to me. You know what I mean? All right, anyway, with that said here, let's go ahead and continue on with the reading. Now, the first reading I'm going to do is going to be about Donald Trump and Todd Blanche here. Okay. Yes, you can put in your offer for a reading. I don't care. That's fine. I go and put that up here right quick. And I'm also put that as well. And just a second. Let me see. I need to push this up. There we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's do the reading of the future fate of Todd Blanche. We are currently doing a reading on the future fate of Todd Blanche. Okay. If you want to put in your bid for a free reading, make sure you put that in the comment section and I'll put you on the list for the reading. This is a reading about Todd Blanche. So can you tell me about Todd Blanche? And I will use that one. All right. Now, what I'm getting from Todd Blanche here is that he's going to be working really, really hard to try to finish that project 2025. He don't give two flying fucks about what happens to the world. You don't care about what happens to people. All he want to do is make Trump happy. That's literally what I'm getting from him, that he just want to make him happy. He don't give two shits. The man is very heartless. I'm getting he's very heartless and cold. He's not a very nice man. I mean, his coldness remind me of Aquarius, to be honest. Like, he got some Aquarius in his chart, the way he able to detach his feelings. I wonder what astrology he is. That is definitely a good question. Yeah, okay. Again, planting seeds here. Oop, okay. Oop, okay. Getting that. So, oop, this came out horizontal. I know horizontal cards are generally not used, but I use them anyway. All right, these came up like this. All right. That card wanted to come out. All right, so we're going to stop here. All right, let's see what we have in terms of cards. Let's see what we have in terms of future fate here of Todd Blanche. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles here. All right. All right, the Knight of Pentacles, as we know, is a man and his hard work paying off. As you can see, the seeds that he's planted is hard work. Knight of Pentacles, the general meaning for Knight of Pentacles, if you guys want to be technical about it, it means someone that is really resilient, someone who's reliable, someone who's very hardworking, patient. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is. And as you can see, he waited patiently for this position, as we know, and he worked really hard, and it is paying off. And then we have the Eight of Wands here, which is letting me know that he's going to work real quickly. Things are going to start happening. He's going to start implementing stuff fast, like boom, boom, boom. He's just going to do it all at once because he got to fill in his days are numbered, and they're going to definitely try to get him out there. So he's going to be working really, really quick with all his demands and things he's going to change. He's going to seriously within this month, it's going to be so much shit. We're going to be literally, some of us is going to have emotional breakdowns. It's going to be really bad. And the Judgment card here, what I'm seeing here is going to be so, put it like this. Judgment card is supposed to be a purpose, but he's going to be called to judgment. After this month, I'm getting 3 months. These next 3 months, he's going to be moving really, really fast, which means he's going to be moving very fast. Everything he's going to try to transition, everything he's going to try to do, is going to be going so fast, it's going to be ridiculous. So he's going to be living like it's a purpose. But things are definitely going to start coming to the forefront, and he's going to be ridiculed, and he's going to be talked about every step of the way. And then we have the Page of Swords that came upside down. And generally, when the Page of Swords is upright, it's telling us, what's the word I'm looking for? Page of Swords is generally a card that tells us that it's about someone curious. It's definitely gossip, but the gossip's been turned upside down. So he's not going to be receiving any good news. After he's been judged, which means he's going to probably go in front of Congress, and they're going to be judging him left and right. So the news that's going to be coming out thereafter, after he start implementing all these rules in such a hurry, he's going to be seriously judged every step of the way. Negatively. And then I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles here, which means the seeds are definitely going to be planted for him to be completely tortured. He's going to be tortured by the media left and right. As you can see here, there's going to be a higher leader who's definitely going to step up here. who's going to look at things in a bit of a new perspective. So it's going to be someone who's going to be very supportive. This person has partners. This person is going to be balancing multiple things. There's going to be a chariot, which means something is definitely coming, and higher intuition, which means Todd Blanche here is going to be judged by someone he can't even come close into denying. Welcome, little boy. If you want a free reading, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you share. Okay, so it's going to be someone who's very promising, someone who's very respected. They're going to come in here. They're going to come with partners, and things are going to start transitioning. Things are going to definitely start happening in a positive format, not Blanche, though. But it's going to definitely happen with the society. It's going to be definitely something that's going to be heightened with society. Which means things are going to start moving positively after he's been judged, and after this 2-3 months of him implementing rules, because he's going to start implementing rules right away. We're going to start hearing rules within the next week. He's going to be doing it. You know, he's going to be definitely doing that like quick. And it's going to be so hard to keep up, I'm telling you. And every time he's doing it, he's going to be ridiculed in the media. He's going to be lynched in the media. And then someone's going to step in. I'm sensing someone's going to step in, and things are going to start moving more in a positive standpoint of view. Todd Blanche is not going to last. His position in the Attorney General is going to be even shorter than Pam Bondi's. Okay, let's confirm that. You said, okay, well, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Oh, yes. You said, can you ask what next in love? I would definitely do that. Absolutely. We can definitely answer that question. We just finished here. Okay, so listen here. So yes and no here. Okay, yes and no. Let's see here. Would Todd Blanche term as Attorney General be shorter than Pam Bondi's? Let's ask that question. And it's been confirmed. Yep, it'll be shorter than Pam Bondi's. There we go. So rest assured. I tell you, this transition is going to happen whether they want it or not. They can try fighting it and act like some barbaric cave monkeys, but it's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. Okay, so let's do this free reading here from this gentleman here who has a question. Let me just remove this right here. Okay, you said, can I ask what's next in love? Okay, what's next in love? Let's find out here. All right, you want to know what's next in love? You're single? You've been single for a while, little boy? Let me make sure my cards are pointed the correct way. Just a second. All right. You said for a few months. Okay. Let's see. All right, what can we say? What is next in line for little boy, my guardians? What's next? All right, I'm getting these cards here, which is Nine of Pentacles. All right, it looks like the Nine of Pentacles is telling me that, I don't know, for some reason it's telling you to concentrate on your work, like money. Yeah, it's telling you abandon something you've been really obsessed over for a while. That's what I'm getting here. And it's telling you to concentrate more on your finances. Because you're going to walk away from something. You walked away from something. I'm sensing that you walked away from something. I don't know if this person. Yeah, I think you walked away from the last love here. Let me know if I'm right. I'm getting that you walked away. I don't know if this person was violent. I don't know if this person was not quite right with your spirit. Yeah, I'm getting you did. That was a good thing. Your guardians is telling you, okay. You said you did walk away? Okay. You said the spirit reminds me to, yes, definitely. They're definitely telling you that. I'm getting you walking away and concentrating on your work is a good thing here. Okay, I'm getting a full here, and it's saying take a chance in the near future. The Empress card here, okay, is letting me know that the love is definitely going to come. Like you creative after you take a chance. I'm getting you have to step out of your comfort zone. You too embedded in your comfort zone, although definitely concentrate on your finances, but it's telling you to take a chance because the full card came out here. It's definitely telling you to take a chance here. Okay. So take a leap. And once you do that, creative things will start flowing. What would happen when creative things start flowing? Let's find out. Ooh, okay. And that's when the roots are going to be planted. Things are going to start harvesting, as you can see here. The seventh pentacle is the harvest card, as you can see right there. Okay. Things are going to in your financial world and in your love world. If you want to know more, just go ahead and you can, as you can see in the scrolling thing, this email Keisha's readings. I do have bundles. You are so welcome. I do have bundles. You can definitely do for spiritual enlightenment, for spiritual journey, and for deep in-depth readings because I do speak to ghosts. So just go ahead and email Keisha's readings at gmail.com and you can pay ahead with Venmo and book your future readings. Okay. All right. All right. So let's move on here. So congratulations to the little boy. If you want a free question, just go ahead and put it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, and we can go from there. All right, so let's move on here. Now, here's what I want to say here. I want to do a reading on Kamala Harris because I feel that there has been a lot of paranormal force, not paranormal force, but a lot of cosmic force who's preventing. Remember, there's going to be a lot of pushback with this transition. So let's see what the future says about Kamala Harris here. I'm going to use this card here to see what's going on with Kamala. Let me just, we got this card that came out. So it's definitely going to be Tierra Harvest, which means her campaign trail. She's going to get a lot of donations this last time. It's going to be quick and fast because they want her in there. What else can we say? Oh, goodness. Yes, see prosperity begin. So Kamala Harris is definitely going to be prosperous. So there's going to be power. She's going to gain power. Will she become the next president? Yep. As you can see there, dang, this is very clear. Yes, she would be the next president. Absolutely. Oh, let's see when. Will it be 2026 or sooner? I want to know. Will it be 2026 or sooner? All right, these are my numbered dice. Let's see. It will be 2026 or sooner. Let's find out. Okay, will it be? You know what? No. I don't want to use these. Let's do the yes and yes. Let's do the yes and no card. Will it be this year? Will she become president this year because of election fraud or whatever technicality? Will she be president this year? Let's find out. Oh, all right, I got of course. The of course card came out. Let's do 2 out of 3. Okay, let's see. Will she be elected this year? Come on. Oh, goodness. Woo, goodness. All right, so as of 23, I got these fell on the floor, no deer into the O. But let's do it again because I don't want multiple cards. Just only have one card. Let me go ahead and shuffle them a little bit better. Okay, the yep card came out. Oh, goodness. And I got yes, yes, yes. So there it is. I don't know how she's going to be president this year. I don't know. I think it's going to be election fraud. That'll be a miracle. And if when she does, just make sure you guys come to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, Keisha, you were telling the truth! Yay!" That'd be so fantastic if you guys can do that. Seriously. Well, let's do my fortune here since I'm sitting up here and being bored. What's coming to me in the next future? Because I'm really taking my time trying to get the shoot show back up because I really don't even know if I want to deal with that again. Okay. What's coming to me in the future? Ooh, look at this. Deception and envy. So I'm going to find out someone who's been deceiving me and then do there. Oh, ideas, fertility. Okay. Power. Spiritual union. I always get these spiritual cards, man. Intuition, financial, material changes. So I'm gonna be going on a spiritual journey. So I'm gonna get, yeah, my spiritual intuition is going to be my bread. Okay, so my natural gift. So far, it's doing me very well, but still, I could definitely use more. So there's that. All right, so we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll be back.
Touch it, touch it, touch it. Shut up and bend over. Aye. Let your back do the talking over. So fuck up.
All righty, beautiful. I know, I love it too. That is one of my favorites. I love it. I love it. I have other videos that I pretty much came up with and I made. They were just really stupid, but anyway. Okay, so let's move on here. All right, there has been some talk about some strangulation that's been going on in the world. I feel the need we should definitely talk about that as well. Now, this is not confirmation what's really going on behind the scenes. Please do your own research. Please do your own research, okay? I'm just going to talk about this here. All right, so let's find out what's been behind the lynching of some of our Black people and them being hung. Let's find out the darkness behind that, okay? All right, asking our guardians to come forth here. All right, so it's definitely been some planning. Like, I got the Three of Wands here, so it's telling me that it was a teamwork. Got the Seven of Pentacles. I'm getting here, which means someone has been deceiving. Someone is showing the face that they're in compliance. Someone's showing the face that they're are good, but they're evil. Is this a person in the limelight? Justice will prevail. Like, this fake person is going to be prevailed. Yeah, I'm seeking solitude here. We got Ace of Pentacles. So definitely people are coming up with new this was a payoff. Yeah, these lynchings were payoff. Justice will prevail here. I'm getting this person is hiding out now. The person, these people, it was a group of people. This is a teamwork. It wasn't just one person. This was teamwork. So, yeah, these lynchings are teamwork, just like it was in the civil rights times. These were teamworks. All right, we get an emperor here, which means there is a man in charge that's pushing it and being very progressive here. That reminds me of Trump. This is probably Trump. And it can be trusted. I know horizontal cards are definitely not accounted for, but I'm going to use them anyway. Horizontal cards, I'm going to say go both ways versus, upside down and direct. It means this person, the Emperor card, traditionally upright. The Emperor card is basically, it stands for a respectful leader who was planning, someone who would look up as a father. This father figure is wishy-washy, which means he come across as a father figure, but he really isn't a father figure. He's just a very control freak. That's definitely Trump, or it could be someone within the Mississippi area that has a lot of power, which means he's fake. He showed that he's worried, but he's really not worried. He's the one who's directing these lynchings. So he's fake. See, we got a Six of Cups here, which means he more than likely have some companions within the government of Mississippi. I don't think this is Trump. Trump is pretty blunt when he is. Yeah, they celebrated. This is celebratory with them. They like this shit. The Lover's card is coming up, which means there's a couple, which means this person coming across as a couple, like a loving couple, but they're evil as hell. Okay, so will they be exposed? I'm getting adjusting cards here, but let's get a confirmation. Will they be exposed? Okay, yes. The Eight of Pentacles is telling me the job is definitely in a process for them to be exposed. The investigation is definitely working. Eight of Pentacles traditionally means that they're mastering their craft, which means someone is definitely searching into it. I got the Five of Swords, which means this person world is going to start coming upside down. Darkness is definitely going to be inevitable. See, they're going to be hunted, stressed out. Oh, yeah. So justice will prevail, and this person will start getting hunted, either by their own demons. This couple, because it's funny that I said it's couple, and then I got both the male and female who's going to be hunted. So this couple is going to be hunted by the demons and their evil things that they've done. Remember, we are in the age of Aquarius, so people are going to start reaping what they sow a lot faster. The veil is going to be broken. So this couple, who is apparently a pillar of the community, apparently is going to be ousted for all their darkness. I wondered, how many people did they lynch, though? Because this is really intriguing. How many people did they lynch? This is very interesting. How far does this go back? I need to know. How far did this go back? I need to know. How far did this go back? This actually is number. How many years have they been doing this shit? How many years? Give me a year. Okay, I got it. They've been doing this for about 11 years. They've been doing this for 11 years, this couple. Interesting. So this fake couple who's acting like the pillar of the community are nothing but some mob, hardcore racist people. And they've been doing this for a very long time. They would definitely be ousted here. This is a teamwork. This is not just random lynching. This is a plant. This is plant. And they will be ousted. So that's good. All right. So these channels are, if you haven't realized, the Keisha Readings and the Truth Show Live, they've been staying at 500 some subscribers, just like the Truth Show had stayed at 256, between 255 to 256, because it's been hacked and they're freezing my views. When I first got Keisha's Readings, it was definitely taken off. I mean, definitely taken off. It was ridiculously crazy. And all of a sudden it stopped and my subscribers stopped. And as soon as I got close to monetization, it stopped. So they really fucking me up all across the board here, even on my TikTok page. I've been at the same followers for like 5 years now. I did reach out to TikTok. They're useless, pointless. I didn't even get their final decision. I couldn't pull it up for some reason. It sent error message, like someone didn't want me to hear the error message or see the error message when I tried to reach out to TikTok technical service on why my subscribers never increased, why it's still the same, why I don't get money. I haven't got money from there since around COVID from the TikTok page. So just to let you know, I am being blacklisted across the world. I'm not crazy. I swear to you, I am being followed. I went out yesterday and I believe I was being followed by the FBI or CIA or something. Some man was filming me while I was trying to pay my cell phone bill. He was filming with his phone. And I don't know why they're doing this. I have no idea. I think it started a while back from the stories that I was covering, which were very, very, or it could be my gift. I don't really know. I'm still trying to investigate it. But if I disappear, please start worrying. If I stop posting and I stop responding to comments in various pages on TikTok, please call authorities and start worrying. And start emailing me or DMing me like fucking crazy. That means something happened, because I would never ever stop posting anywhere for a long period of time. Please know that. Other than that, I'll speak to you guys later. And thank you for hanging in there. Bye.
Hey, Truth Seekers. I'm opening a limited number of prepaid reading bundles for anyone who wants deeper clarity and ongoing spiritual guidance. You can get 2 general readings for $100 or 3 readings for $150. You save a total of $30. Each session is 1 to 1.5 hours, includes mediumship, and goes deep into your questions, your energy, and your loved one's messages. If you want consistent guidance and real answers, DM me to reserve your bundle or email me at kishasreadings@gmail.com or at thetruthshowchat@gmail.com. Can't wait to speak to you.